Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Career Mode here on FC24 with Wakefield Juniors. Now, last episode was the end of Season 8 where we won the FA Cup. We got ourselves into a Europa League spot by winning the FA Cup. Now, you're wondering like, oh, what happened? These 5 games already played. We are going to go ahead and change things up here. Today, the day this comes out is the 26th. There is only, if you count today, 6 days left to go in the entire calendar year. This series is over on December 31st. We will begin a new series on January 1st on that Monday. So for now, this is the final career mode. We are going to go ahead and do 3 more seasons of this in career mode. And I know you're like, oh, we only got 6 days. Whatever. How are you going to do it? Two videos per season. We are going to focus solely on the Europa League this season, try and win the Europa League, but also in the background, I'm going to be trying to get myself into the Champions League as a fallback. If I don't win Europa League, I'll have Champions League football for next season. Next season, it depends on how this season goes. We'll either try and focus on winning the league or the Champions League, or even both. And then that third season, if need be, we will go ahead and try and focus winning on either the league or the Champions League. And if we need to focus on both, then we'll focus on both. But 2 videos per season to wrap up this career mode. So there are going to be some long ones. We are in the Europa League, as y'all know, after winning the FA Cup last episode. This is our Europa League group. We start off a game against Rangers. We also have Slavia Praha in our group, and then Michelin in our group as well. I have made one change to this team. I have brought back Verdella. Verdella has been brought back to the team. That's the only signing I made. You can see the screenshot on your screen now if I put it in the video, if I remember to put it in the video. We signed him. He was at Ajax, a 225 million release cost. We had 240 something million in transfer fees, I guess, from winning the Europa League, because we didn't do great in the league at all. So we bring in Verdella. That is the only player we bring in. Other than that, the team is unchanged. Hoffman actually got a big upgrade just from stimulating. He went from a 75 all the way up to 80 at this point. So he's been growing rapidly. We have a lot of players that come off the bench. Martins is still here. He's just on the bench now. I like Hoffman Jr. so much more than Martins. And I like Verdella so much more than Martins. So that's why he's there. We are going to go ahead and kick things off here with our first game of Europa football. European football. And it's against Rangers in the Europa League. This is going to be a very long episode. These last 6 episodes are going to be very, very long. So go ahead and strap in, leave a like, and subscribe. And January 1st, things are shifting up on this channel. Let's get to it. First European game in this career mode for Wakefield Juniors. Now, obviously, last time I did the Youth Academy career mode at the end of the FIFA 23 cycle, we didn't win the Champions League, and I stopped the series. We did eventually do a one-off video in which we won the Champions League. I think that's I think it was actually did pretty decently. And as we might be behind 1-0 early, but Yerbe saves it out for a corner. Sykes on the ball into Alves. Alves into Lombardi. Lombardi into Richie. Richie maybe have a little bit of space. Just get the shot off, and Richie will score the first European goal for this club at Wakefield. And honestly, the club captain probably deserves it the most. It's a 1-0 lead here against Rangers. It's taken a while to break them down, but hopefully we can continue to break them down and get a good enough goal differential. That way we won't have to focus and just get wins. And we might instantly be level here as Juta in now for Lowry, and it's 1-1, a kickoff goal for Rangers. Danilo for Rangers into Lowry, trying to find the cross back. He'll get his own rebound and find the back of the net instead on the second effort. It's 2-1. Santos now in towards Lombardi. Lombardi's on the ball. It's still with Lombardi. He has Richie. He also has Alves, but he also has Lombardi himself. And it's 2-2. And Lombardi is kicking off his European campaign here with Wakefield Juniors. Jacobson, back pass to Santos into Verdella! And Verdella gets his first goal back at the club. It's 3-2. Jacobson, he's absolutely flying. Jacobson to make it 4 to seal the deal. And Wakefield are getting the first win of the European season, their European campaign. It's 4-2 here against Rangers. And we're off the mark running. And that is game over. A 4-2 win in our first group stage game of the season. Second group stage game of the season, and it's against Michelin, our first away game. It's Santos, Jacobson, and I believe I started somebody else, Martins instead of Hoffman Jr. As we go into, this is the only other team. They won their first game. We won our first game. Let's see what can happen. It's probably the second to toughest team in there besides Rangers. I'm going to be honest, I'm jumping to sim because I can't tell who's who, and I can tell who's who here a little bit more, even though the background's almost blending in with my black circles. Black circles is me, the dark gray squares is Michelin. That's how we're going to go. And Michelin go ahead and score. It's 1-0 in the 30th minute. And they make it 2-0. It's looking like we are going to suffer a defeat in our second game of the group stage. Which just means we have to play them on the return, which I was already thinking about that anyway after this whole kerfuffle. It's going to be a 2-0 loss. I mean, it's going to be a loss minimum. Whatever the score is, maybe 2-1 because it looks like we might score right here. No, we can't even score right there. Slavia Praha, away from home. I butchered the hell out of the name. I don't know what the heck that Zlach was. But here we are. This is a must-win game. This is the weakest team in the group for sure. Back to Dudar. 1-0 for Slavia. Sykes. He's going to hit that. Hopefully Alves can keep that in. Alves has skimmed away into the starting 11 still, by the way. It's Richie into Lombardi. And it's 1-1. I'm going to say 1-0. It's not 1-0. It's 1-1. Cordoba, Hoffman Jr., Lombardi, Richie, Alves. First time finish. And we take the lead. And Wakefield turned around rapidly. 2-1. Watch, can you switch the field over to Santos? He does. Santos into Richie, a little fancy pass there. Richie gets tackled. Is that going to be a penalty? It is. An absolute scam of a penalty, but an absolute thing I will take. What? And it's be Richie to take it. Top left, yes sir. And that's 3-1 for Wakefield Juniors. And it's 3-2. Scheitel scores off that free kick. Hoffman Jr., I should say, and that is game over. A 3-2 win against Slavia Praha. We're going to win our second game of the group stage. Or, well, I guess our third game of the group stage, but we get our second win in the group stage. And we're going to go ahead and sim on the reverse fixture here against Slavia Praha. Hopefully the sim can play a lot better than us. And Richie's opened the scoring in the 12th minute. It's 1-0. And Santos makes it 2-0 right before the break. And Lombardi makes it 3-0. Linger gets one back for Praha. It's 3-1. And Lombardi gets his second of the game. It's 4-1 here against Slavia Praha. And Varela makes it 5. The boys are flying at the moment. It's 5-1. Make it 6 and make it a hat trick for Lombardi. Lombardi is having a party in this Europa League group stage. It's 6-1 against Praha. A 6-1 thumping against Slavia Praha. That might be enough to put us into the round of 16 minimum. The good news is we are through to the next round minimum. And then we are also not really, how are we not first? It's because they have a win over us, don't they? Yeah. We have to beat Michelin in this return fixture. We're going to go ahead and simulate through that Rangers game. And hopefully Michelin lose. But we are going to go ahead and beat Michelin and get top of the group. We want to get top of the group. That way we want to get top of the group because we want to skip out on the preliminary round. We don't have to worry about that playing against any of the third place dropouts from the Champions League. So get to the game against Rangers, sim that, win that. Hopefully Michelin drop points and then play against Michelin to close out the group stages. That is the aim there. Currently as well in the Premier League, we are unbeaten. I'm just simulating through them. We are unbeaten. 5 wins, 6 draws, 0 losses. We are 2 points off top of the table, Aston Villa. So the boys are finally playing. And we're starting off the game with Lombardi back on fire. It's 1-0. We're only 5 minutes into this game against Rangers. We are walking the plank with this. It's an easy win coming up, hopefully. And Varela makes it 2-0 in only the 32nd minute here. And it's a 2-0 win. The fans are booing their home team as Rangers are looking to get knocked out of Europe at complete cost there. They are going to have to focus against Slavia Praha on final match day to try and get into the Conference League for this season. But this win 100% puts us through no matter what. It's now all about the fact that we can finish first, and Slavia Praha just beat beat Michelin. We are now second in the group stages here. We're not second. We're not first in the group stages. And Rangers are going to have to beat Slavia Praha and hopefully get into the conference league there. But we do not care about that. We care about finishing first in the group stage. And it's going to come against Michelin on the final day. We just can't lose against them, and we are perfectly fine. Final match day of the group stages here. And it's at home against Michelin. The only team that actually beat us in the group stages so far, the only team to beat us in the entire season so far, besides Man City in the Community Shield, but that doesn't count, and we just give up our own goal. We're down 1-0 early. An absolute waffle of a mistake there. Cross comes in, and Franculiano makes it 2-0. Sykes into Richie. Richie into Alves. Alves into Lombardi. Matteo Lombardi gets one back here. It's 2-1. Alves into Lombardi. Lombardi into Santos. Touch on his right foot to level things out right before halftime. Have some of that, Michelin. It's 2-2. And we're back on top of the table. And we're back getting a free pass to the round of 16. Alves. Richie. Good touches there. It's still with Richie. Richie into Lombardi. Lombardi to give us the lead. It's Wakefield up 3-2 now. And we have the first lead of the game. Lombardi into, actually Varela into Lombardi. Lombardi, can you find Alves? Yes, Alves is, oh, that's actually Richie. Richie to make it 4 to seal the deal. It's 4-2 for Wakefield. And we are in first place. We will be in the round of 16, watching the preliminary rounds from our house, preparing to hopefully get a weak opponent. Santos, Lombardi. Lombardi touch away from the defender. It's still Lombardi. He wants his hat trick. He will get his hat trick. 5-2 for Wakefield. And that is your group stage done. They get a consolation goal right at the end there. But a 5-3 win sees us finish top of the group. It'll force now Michelin to go into the preliminary rounds to face off against either a third place team or a third place don't matter. We're into the round of 16. We don't have to wash it. We don't have to. Okay. And we are through to the round of 16. Let's go through our round of 16 first place teams. Genk gets in first place. Obviously, us in first place as well. Torino is in first place. Athletic Club as well. Chelsea, obviously. SL Benfica, or I don't know why I keep saying SL Benfica. It's just Benfica. They finished in first place. Fenerbahce finished in first place. AC Milan gets pushed down to the preliminary round, which already got decided, by the way. I'll show you all the third place teams of the Champions League as well. Hoffenheim out of Group H. The Champions League group stages here. The third place teams, that's all we care about. Third place teams getting knocked down. The opponents that we could be facing off in the round of 16. Ajax finishing third there. Sporting CP finishing third. Anderlecht finishing third. PSG are in third, so they will be playing Europa League football. So that'll be one to look out for sure. PSV knocked down in third there. Leverkusen as well in Group F. Group G, Copenhagen get knocked down to the Europa League. Manchester United follow real life and get knocked out of the Champions League in Europe completely. Wow. Bayern Munich get knocked down to the Europa League as well. That is not what you want to see out of that. So Bayern Munich and PSG, the two biggest teams of European football teams, are knocked down to the Europa League. The preliminary rounds are like this. Club Brugge play Ajax, Bayern play Hearts. No, I was hoping they played each other, to be honest. Copenhagen, Valencia, Nice versus Leverkusen, AC Milan versus Anderlecht, Atalanta versus Sporting, Michelin play against PSG. So if we finish second, we would probably be playing PSG, which is insane. And then Frankfurt versus PSV there. We finished, well, not finished. We sit second in the table, pretty much halfway through the table here, halfway through the season. We are in second there with 1 loss. We finally lost the game, 31 points, still 2 points behind Aston Villa. We are 5 points safe in the top 4, so it's looking like we might be getting Champions League football nonetheless next season. If we could win the league, that would be great as well. Who did we lose to? We lost to Wolves. Wow. Okay, we lost to Wolves in the league. Aston Villa, have we played them yet? Yes, we drew to them the first game of the season. I will see y'all at the beginning of March for our Europa League round of 16 fixture, in which I might play. I'm not quite sure yet. Preliminary round results. Ajax knock off Club Brugge, so they move into the round 16. Bayern Munich get knocked out to Hertz. So we don't have to worry about finishing off against Bayern Munich. They are knocked out of European football completely. Copenhagen knock off Valencia. Leverkusen knock off OGC Nice. And if I can stop hitting the wrong button there. And let's go ahead and lose to AC Milan. So AC Milan are through. Atalanta are through against Sporting. Michelin are through against PSG. So the two big boys that I was fearful the most are knocked out. So we actually don't have to face them against the biggest team now got dropped out there in the team. And probably the toughest team at the moment is AC Milan, as well as Chelsea, who finished first in the group stages. And then Frankfurt knocked off PSV. Round of 16, it's Michelin versus Athletic Club. It's Chelsea versus Hearts. It's Atalanta versus Wakefield. So not the easiest opponent that we could have got. Ajax versus Torino. AC Milan versus Genk. Leverkusen versus Benfica. Copenhagen versus Fenerbahce. And then Frankfurt versus Hoffenheim. As far as the Premier League goes, we currently sit first in the league by 5 points. We have lost 2 more games in the span of these last couple of months. We are 5 points ahead with a game in hand, so that could go up to 8 points up there. As far as the FA Cup goes, we got knocked out in the round... Did we get knocked out in round 3? Where is Wakefield? Wakefield. We got knocked out to Notts County in round 3. Wow. Alright, so European football, maybe Premier League football as well. If we can win the title there, that would be great. This is your starting 11 to take on Atalanta, the first away game in the first round of 16 game. We will include the round of 16 here in the video. When we come back next episode, it will be the knockout rounds of the Europa League. And we'll start it off against Atalanta, against them away from home in a round of 16. I will see y'all there. Enjoy the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. And until tomorrow, peace out.